Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I am so sorry if it is loud in the background. I have Goose out of his kennel, so if he's playing with toys, you'll definitely hear that. And I have the dishwasher and the washer going at the same time, so we'll see how much of this you'll actually hear versus when I'm gonna have to re-record. Anyways, welcome back to a segment on my channel called A Month in Review, where I talk about all things that I've done all month. And in this video, we're gonna talk about March. As of right now, I'm filming this on Monday, March 31st. So exactly at the end of the month, and you all will see this, not this Friday, but the upcoming Friday. So to get right into it, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you know when the next time I post is. I post every Friday, or at least try to. So far, there's only been 1 week that I haven't posted, but I feel like I'm on a good track now. So if you haven't seen my February month in a review, you can go ahead and watch that to kind of get a hang of things and how I organize this video. I go over some things that are in, some things that are out for the next month, and then some life updates. I have some Disney planning updates, and then just like a small review over my last video, which was my girlfriend and I's trip to Pittsburgh to go watch a comedian. Her name is Danae Hayes. We'll go back into that at the end of the video, but for right now, we're gonna start with our ins for this upcoming month. My first thing is taking accountability, and I mostly just say this as someone who works in social work and works with the population that I do. I find that taking accountability and responsibility for your actions are not something very popular amongst the group of people that I help, which is understandable for their situation, but for some reason this upcoming month I've learned that it's a lot of bigger organizations and companies that aren't taking accountability for their actions. I don't know if it's adulting that has kind of shown this into light, but I feel like as of lately not a lot of things have been taking accountability. So what is in is taking accountability for your actions, or any fuck-ups that you have, or any sort of miscommunication. Taking accountability. Number 2 is more reading. I have actually been reading 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I got this book a while ago. I think it was Christmas break was around the time that I bought it, and I still haven't finished it. I'm just not a big reader, and I'm slowly getting into it, but I'm about halfway done. My goal is to be able to finish it before our Disney trip in May, so that I am able to really have something to do at the pool, kind of relax. And then my next book that I've already bought is Your Dog is Your Mirror, Your Emotional Capacity of Our Dogs and Ourselves. I'm really interested in reading this, mostly because if you don't know anything about me, I used to go to school I wanted to become a veterinarian, and then halfway through schooling, I decided that maybe this isn't for me, got super burnt out, and changed careers. So now I work in the psych world, currently under the umbrella of social work, and I hope to work in counseling in the future. That is what my grad program is in, clinical mental health counseling. All that to say, I want to read more. The next thing that is also in is journaling. I used to journal all the time. I love journaling. I have been really into wanting to start a bullet journal. That has been kind of put on the back burner just because of how much I've spent this month with our Pitt trip and our coming Disney trip. I'm trying to spend my money wisely. So the bullet journaling may have to wait until after our Disney trip, but that is something I look forward to in the future. Sticking to my diet is the final and last in. I say this only because we did cheat quite a few times during our Pitt trip, and I will say I didn't gain a whole bunch of weight. I think I only gained 2 pounds, but realistically speaking, if this is something I'm going to continue in the future, I do need to stick to it, and I'm trying to hold myself accountable for it. But at the same time, I do have my cravings. I do have the things that I really want, and they're kind of accessible to me when they can be, and it can be very frustrating when I'm craving something and I can't have it. So we're working through it. Some of the outs for this month, obviously it's the exact opposite of taking accountability. It's not taking accountability for my actions or things that I've said. Second thing is procrastinating chores. So my girlfriend and I kind of have unspoken chores of who does what. I typically do the laundry and do dishes, but the past several days since with us going to Pittsburgh and just like taking care of the dogs and just a lot of stuff that's been going on, we really haven't had time to get those things done. So that is why you hear them in the background. but procrastinating getting those things done is definitely an out, because I really don't want to have to come home after work and have to rush to get those things done so that we don't have more piled up on top of that. And another thing that's out is spending too much. I have been trying really hard to set a certain budget for me, specifically being a full-time student and a full-time employee. I am constantly busy, so spending too much money isn't something I should be doing, primarily because of our upcoming Disney trip and just other things that I would like to afford in life that if I spend too much, I won't be able to. The last and final thing I have on my outs list is not trying new things. I think when we were in Pittsburgh and we went to the Cheesecake Factory, this is one thing that I kind of noticed about myself, was that there were a lot of things on the menu that I wanted to try but wasn't sure if I wanted to try it or not, and it was definitely a highlight into I don't really try new things in my life. I don't try very many new experiences, and I don't really try very many new foods, so it's something I really do want to try this upcoming month. So on to the next portion of my video, I'm going to be talking about the Disney planning updates. So as far as I know, the last thing I talked to you all about in my day in the life, I talked a little bit about my dining reservations and a quick run through of our itinerary. After we got all those things done and booking all of those enchanting extras and things, there are several things that I won't discuss in this vlog until closer to, because they are surprises for my girlfriend. So I know she watches these videos and I don't want her to know what they are, so I'm not going to be talking about them until closer to the trip. But another update that we did have for our trip, one of the things still isn't here, but we did order our magic bands. This first magic band is one that I actually got my girlfriend for Christmas. Her two top favorite movies of all time, Disney-wise, is Monsters, Inc. and Toy Story. So right as we were leaving from our last trip in October, Disney had just released their Monsters University collection for magic bands, and so she was really down and really upset that she couldn't get one, because we just, I think it was like our last day, and she saw them and she was like, I don't know when I'm going to be able to use it again, because at that point I don't think I had this trip booked. So I did some maneuvering and got one for her for Christmas. So this is what it looks like. Has Mike in the middle and it says Monsters University on it. I think she absolutely loved it. She hasn't taken it out yet or configured it to her account yet, but I feel like that's something she'll do once we get closer to our trip so she doesn't lose anything. And then additionally, we did order our magic bands for specifically this trip, which are these two. I'll take them out of the box so I can show you all, but this is Emily's magic band that I ordered her. It's a very basic, very simple magic band. Has Mickey on the front, a cutesy little design with little Mickeys on it on the rest of the band. My girlfriend said she wanted it because it gave off Riviera vibes, and that is where we're staying, so kudos to her if she loves it. Thank God I'm the one who got it for her, but she did seem to really want that magic band. And then the one that I got for myself is this one. It has Walt and Mickey on the front of it, and then on the band, which was my personal favorite, it has all of the different perks on it, and if you look closely, it actually has the Skyliner across the top of it, which is really, really cool. I love the Skyliner. I have never stayed at the other value resorts that are located on the Skyliner, but I have stayed at Caribbean Beach, and I absolutely love the Skyliner. I love how accessible it is to the other parks and how easy it is to hop on and off and visit other resorts and dining reservations. So I'm really excited to be able to have that magic band. It is probably one of my favorite ones I own. So those are the updates we have for now for our Disney trip in May. And then the last thing I wanted to touch base on for this video was I wanted to touch base on our Pitt trip. We left on a Friday morning and then got back to our apartment around Saturday mid-afternoon. Today's show was that Friday night. It was so good. My girlfriend and I were talking about how this is her first ever tour, this is her first ever time doing stand-up, and I definitely think she's just a natural at it. When I tell you there was zero hiccups between transitions, she did so good. It definitely felt like you were just sitting in a room with her having a conversation. It was so good. She did make a couple jokes about her ex-wife Mandy, which is a story in and of itself, but yet I want to respect her privacy, and I want to respect anyone who wants to visit her show. So if you want to hear those funny jokes, you have to get tickets. I don't know when her tour ends, but I know the show we went to is toward the end of her tour. So please, if you can watch her shows, grab some tickets there. It is so funny. I think that's all I have for you all today. I know this is kind of a shorter video of me not yapping as much, but really nothing much has changed. I think that's all I have for you all today. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Go ahead and turn on the post notifications ringer for you guys to know when I post. I post every Friday, but in case there is something that changes, who knows, I might start posting 2 times a week. Alrighty, I'll see you all later. Bye.